Hello, welcome back to Data Leaps. My name is Li Ping. Today we're talking about how to swap out the value of parameters in Power BI dataset programmatically using Tabular Editor while you're doing Power BI DevOps. Without further ado, let's head over to my laptop. Here I am in my repo. I have best practice rules that will check for the quality of my model while I'm deploying. I also have my model itself. Every object of my model is saved as JSON file. This is because I saved the model as database.json in my repo. And this is just metadata. There's no actual data of the model in the GitHub repo. And then I have two scripts in here. One is a PowerShell script that essentially download Tabular Editor 2 because we're going to use Tabular Editor CLI to do the deployment. And then the next script is a C# script that will swap out the value of the parameter catalog for us using the environment variable in GitHub. Technically, you can also swap out HTTP paths or host server name in Databricks, or if you're using SQL Server, you can use Tabular Editor to swap out the value of other parameter as well. So here in the GitHub workflows, we've got a few steps. First is downloading Tabular Editor 2 using the PowerShell scripts. Then we will run the best practice analyzer and then deploy it using the environment variables that is in our UAT environment. And then we'll run Tabular Editor, choosing the model, run the C# script to swap out the value of the parameter catalog, and then deploy it to our target Power BI workspace using our target Power BI connection string. And let's take a look at the setting. So in the secret of my environment, I got db_catalog. That's essentially is the value I want to swap out for the catalog name. And then I need to authenticate to make sure that I have the right for this GitHub repo to update that value. And then I also have the Power BI connection string. You can find the Power BI connection string on tabulareditor.com documentation. And one thing to look out for is for the connection string or for the XML endpoint, you don't want to use myOrg. You want to use either your tenant ID or your organization's name. So for instance, tabulareditor.com for the XML endpoint. And then you want to set up a service principal that have access to your Power BI environment. So you can use the service principal to connect to Power BI and deploy this model. Once we have these values, we can kick off the GitHub workflow. It will kick off, we'll go into it, and you'll be able to see that the steps has run. It's downloaded Tabular Editor 2, started to run best practice rules, and you'll see all of these violations or warnings I have. And a lot of it is you have to provide format strings, for instance, for numeric columns. And for these, I can just multi-select the objects in Tabular Editor and change format strings in one go rather than changing them one by one. And then you can see our model is deployed. If we go over to our Power BI workspace, click into the data set that we just deployed, and then we look at settings. And you can see this model is deployed by service principal. You need to take it over in order to look at the parameters or the data source credentials. And you can see the data source is Databricks. And then if we look at the parameters, you can see the catalog name has been changed to UAT. And this is how you use Tabular Editor to programmatically change the value of a parameter while you're deploying to a new environment in Power BI. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it.